All right. All right, let's get to this. Tim, what up, Tim? Just getting set up. We will be getting started shortly once I can figure some stuff out. Did I get a new fairway and driver? No, I got it new. I got new grips on my new on my 3-wood, but not new clubs. Not for a little bit. So I'll start off with 9. Let's see here. Tom, smash it. Thanks, Tom. Will do. Starting off. Oh, okay. So welcome in, guys. Oh, little range day. Saturday, our normal Saturday range day. Chase is not with me tonight. So I'm gonna kind of use this as a time to really focus on my single plane swing and answer any questions that anybody wants to know. Now I do use the camera on the back side of my phone, so I can't see when you guys are commenting during the stream, but every 5 shots or so, I'll walk back, answer questions, all that other good stuff. So, but gonna start off with the 9-iron and work my way up through the bag, and I'll probably spend the bulk of my time on my 3-wood and my driver. If you guys haven't seen the single plane swing before, my setup is a little bit awkward compared to the conventional swing, but it does work for me. It's improved me quite a bit over the last 7 months of using it and transitioning to it. So still a long way from perfect, but much better than what it used to be. So. But thanks for joining me. If you guys are enjoying the stream, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button. Really helps out the stream itself. And of course, if you want to continue following along with Chase and I's journey through the game of golf, even though Chase is not here today, hit that subscribe button. So you guys can see all the cool driving ranges and golf courses out here in Thailand. 180 with my 9? No, I wish. That'd be great. No. What is chasing my? You mean oh, chasing golf? I think you mean. Chase. The channel's called Chasing Golf, and the reason it's called Chasing Golf is because my son's name is Chase. Chase is really the star and star of the show, but he's not with me tonight. Hi, Gimme. Tim says hi as well. Once again, guys, I'll come back and take a look at the chat once every 5 balls or so. But no, the channel is actually built off of him. He's really the star and stud of the show. I'm trying to catch up to him. But it's also kind of like a play on my son's name and kind of a dad joke of like we're chasing after the game of golf. Because golf wasn't my sport growing up. I was wrestling, football, baseball, things of this nature. But I switched over to single plane golf swing 7 months ago, going on 8, almost 8 months now. It's improved me drastically, but that's probably the most solid contact yet. But I mean, what, we're only 20 balls deep into the night. That was a good one. But 9 iron in hand right now. I work my way up through the bag as the stream goes. So, but if you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments. Like I said, once every 5 shots, I'll come over and answer them. I use the camera on the back side of my phone, so you guys can get a better picture quality. Unfortunately, that means I can't see when you're actually posting the questions. So I'll do my best to answer them all, though. A little bit too far there. Okay. Nice. So, 9 iron down. Spend the bulk of my time on the 3-wooden driver tonight. But let's see. Cool, nice shot. What is my max drive? My max drive right now with my current driver is about 240 carry. And then with, but I mean, it's a beginner set of clubs. And then, but when I was testing the Srixons and Cobras, I was getting carries all the way up to 265, 270. So Srixons is by far the farthest driver this year, but Cobra is the most forgiving driver that I tested this year. Tim, what hand are you hitting the ball with? My name is John. What airport am I shooting by? This is the airport that's here is it's the old airport in Bangkok. I forget its name off the top of my head. A380, guys. This is one of the cool things about this particular driving range is that there is an airport that goes right by it. Oh, no big deal. I'm a right-handed golfer, so the stream should look right-handed for you guys. It's another reason why I use the camera on the back side of my phone, because when I use the camera on the front side of the phone, for whatever reason, it decides to, YouTube decides to mirror the image. I can't figure out how to fix that. Love golf, you're only 13, that's pretty cool. Keep up with it, bro. So, 8-iron. Ooh. But if you guys have questions, comments, put them down. I promise I'll come back and answer all of them, try to get through them. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button up at the top. Lets YouTube know that you guys are enjoying hanging out with me. And of course, if you want to continue following along with Chase and I's journey through the game of golf, although Chase is not here tonight, this way you can see all the cool driving ranges and golf courses out here in Thailand, hit that subscribe button. So. Now this ball's a little bit far forward, but I really had to scoop that one. I really focused tonight on ball position. It's been my kind of my number one downfall, I guess you could say. That and keeping my back foot planted, but I kind of got that particular one solved. I use the single plane golf swing, guys. If you're not familiar with it, it's a swing that Mo Norman developed, or as Todd Graves likes to say, discovered. Been using it now for 7 months. I know the setup looks a little funky compared to the modern day swing, but it works really well for me. I quite enjoy it. That was pure. So. Next drive is 225. Is that carry or total? Left. No, Mo Norman was swung right-handed. Oh. How do tide courses differ from U.S.? Got to guess more water, less sand, and trees. Actually, there's quite a bit of, yeah, there's a lot of water on all the courses. A lot of trees on all the courses. Bunkers. Depends on what style of course it is. I'd say the biggest difference though is cost. For most courses here are going to be cheaper, and the fact that it's mandatory in Thailand to use a caddy, regardless of which course you go to. Although it's not well, most of the time, it's not, the caddies are not expensive. Um, no, I think that's going to be over there. But most of the time that the caddies are not that expensive. For example, the course that's next to us right now, like right over here, right over there, is caddy is for 18 holes is $10, so it's not that bad. Interesting. I've never heard, Paul. I've never heard Todd talk about that. I know the right hand is, for example, like right hand is pretty much just to come along for the ride. It's non-rotational, but I've never heard Todd actually say that it was that he was left-handed though. So that's interesting. Cart included. Once again, that depends on the course. Most packages you could buy, you could get a cart as well. So, like for example, the course next to me, you could do the course or your 18 holes, um, 18 holes, cart, caddy. If you come later in the day, I think it's like 1,200 baht, which would be off the top of my head. I think that's like $30, something like that. So, and then you tip the caddy, but I usually tip the caddy an extra $10. So, but yeah, no, it's not that. It depends on the course. Now, 9 holes is even cheaper. So, and then if you come later in the day, it's even cheaper because it's usually hotter. Not too many people here. So. Interesting theory there, Paul. But all right, go hit some more balls for you guys. But yeah, other than that, just out here grinding away. So Chase and I do a live stream every Saturday night to hang out with you guys. Chase isn't with me this week, but hopefully he'll be back next week. He's really the star and stud of the show. But so I'll kind of use tonight as a little bit of a slower stream to chill and hang out with you guys, do kind of a Q&A on my journey through the single plane swing and what I've learned along the way. Because I am self-taught in it. I have not done any of the courses or any of that, but it has improved me drastically in the last 7 months of using it. That was horrible. Icky. That felt icky. See, that's the thing I like about the single plane swing the most, is even your bad swings are not that bad. There we go. That felt great. A little fatty on that one, but oh. See how things are going here. What bag would I recommend for you? I mean, I guess just a stand bag, simple stand bag. So clubs that, if you're just starting out, either go secondhand or like me, I use this brand called PGM. They're kind of like the, I guess you could call them the TaylorMade or Titleist of China. This this whole bag. So I got here. I'll show you guys real quick. So there's head covers for all these, but they're sitting over there. I'll show them to you in a second. But I got driver 3-wood, 4 hybrid, 5 through pitching wedge, 56 putter, and this whole bag, including shipping. Everything was less than $500. And then this is the head covers that you get with for the woods and stuff. So pretty nice. Can't beat the very high quality equipment. Like, it's built really well. Just like in the driver though, there's just not a ton of forgiveness. That's like my son, renting high. So, but yeah, other than that, Julianne, hi. I'm just gonna call you Beck because I'm not gonna try to say the rest of that. Hi. What up, everybody? So. So started testing out some new grips recently, and I actually love them. They are the Golf Pride MCC Plus 4s. I love these things. So right now I have it on my 7-iron, my hybrid, my 3-wood, and my driver. So I still need to put them on the rest of my clubs, but put the grips on myself, not that hard. If you're new to the stream, I use the single plane golf swing, so my setup's gonna look a little different compared to the traditional swing. But it works well for me. Been using it now for the last 7 months, going on 8. It's improved me drastically through that time. So, but if you guys have any questions, comments, put them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. So I use the camera on the back side of my phone, guys. If you're new to the stream, can't see when you guys comment, but after every 5 balls or so, come back and chit chat with you guys and answer questions. There we go. Cut all 5 of those, a little Healy. But, oh. Let's see where you guys are on the comments. Thanks. Going golfing tomorrow. Sweet. How far do I hit my driver? My current driver, I carry about 230, 240. Although when I was testing the Cobras, Strixons, and Callaways, all the premium brands, the furthest was the driver this year was the Strixon. Strixon was, I was getting carries of 275, 280 on that for the max. And then with the average though was about 265 carry. And then with the Cobras, Cobra was by far the most accurate for forgiving driver this year. And then with the Cobras, I was carrying roughly 260, but max was like 268, 270. So Strixon was carrying a little bit further, a little bit more pop and power with the Strixons. But the Cobras are by far the most forgiving. And then Callaway sits kind of in between. Golfing later. Ready. Talk to you later. Bye. Later, G. Worst setup swing I've ever seen. So, oh, what's up? I mean, I use the conventional, or I don't use the conventional golf swing. I use a Mo Norman single plane swing, just a little bit different setup than normal, but it's improved me immensely over the last 7 months compared to the traditional swing. I know it doesn't look as pretty, but super effective, mainly because you're setting up for impact at the very beginning. So my biggest issue is ball placement. But being self-taught with the single plane swing, I don't get like like if I went to Todd Graves' Single Plane Academy, you get or Single Plane 30, you could get the ABT board, which pretty much just tells you this is where your front foot goes, this is where the ball goes, this is where your back foot goes, depending on which club you're hitting. I mean, it makes it just god awful simple, but I've had to figure out little tricks and tips along the way, things that I could do. Like right now, I'm standing a little bit too far behind this ball. I can already tell. But strike's not that bad. Yeah, see, that's better. Another one of the biggest differences between the single plane swing and the conventional swing is it's address then grip, not grip then address. There we go. But no, I know it looks awkward, especially compared to the modern day swing. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button. Really helps out the stream. And of course, if you guys want to continue along with Chase and I's journey through the game of golf, see all the cool golf courses and driving ranges out here in Thailand, hit that subscribe button. Ooh. But appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight and chilling. Chase is not with me tonight, but he'll be back next week. JSR, hi, hello. So once again, once every 5 swings or so, I'm going to come back and chill with you guys. Answer your questions. I use the camera on the back side of my phone, so I can't actually see when you guys are commenting. So hit 5 balls, chill. Drink some water because it's hot here in Thailand. Ugh. Repeat the process. No, you're good. Nope. Yeah, you're good. You're good. So pull up the 6-iron. If you guys have questions, you want to leave a comment, put it down below. I'll hit these 5 balls and come back and answer them. Yeah, so the next two clubs I'll put the grips on, new grips on, are the 5 and 6-iron. I do like those new grips quite a bit. Oh, pop the hell out of that one. See, ball placement is still my biggest issue when it comes to the single plane swing. Oh, it's figuring out ball placement and stance width for each club. But I'll get there. There we go. There's a good one. Last couple weeks, I felt like my tempo's been off with my irons compared to my woods. My woods have been great. My irons, not so much, as far as tempo is concerned. Like I just feel like I'm rushing in the downswing, which is weird because with the single plane swing, it's the same swing regardless. It's just ball position and stance width that changes. Oh, see, now that one felt good. Little heely off the club, but the swing felt good. Oy vey. Oh, let's see what y'all are. Why do zero current pros use? Eric, you are wrong. Bryson DeChambeau, homie. Bryson DeChambeau. How's my hand healing? Great. Hands healing, fantastic. So, thanks, Entity. Practicing live on camera. Yeah. So, Chase is actually at home right now. He's actually the star and stud of the show. My soon to be 5-year-old son. I am John, but Chase is not here this week. He'll be back next week though. So, got first golf lesson next weekend. That's pretty sweet. Hope he enjoys it. Yeah, he's a good kid for the most part. Very blessed to have him. Oh, all right, let's get into the next club. Keep this train moving. If you guys have any questions, comments, put them down below. Be more than happy to answer them for y'all. And then of course, do that in between each club. So, oh, I'm trying to get this right for you guys. So I use the PGM YB5s. It's part of a beginner set from PGM. PGM is I guess you could kind of call them the tailor-made of China. My whole set, driver, it's a beginner set, but driver, 3-wood, hybrid, 5 through pitching wedge, 56, putter, and my bag all cost less than $500 with shipping, so can't beat that with a stick. Great quality equipment as far as the build is concerned. It's just they're not super forgiving. So. But if you're new into the stream, I use the single plane golf swing. I know the setup looks funky, but works really well for me. I quite enjoy it. It's improved me immensely over the last 7 months. So the two things I'm focused on tonight is getting my ball placement as best as I can. And then, because I've always kind of struggled with that, being self-taught with the swing. And then ground force. Only swinging at about 60% right now, not even doing my full swing. There we go. Great one at the end. But let's see what y'all are chit-chatting back here now. You ever hit one of the targets? Yeah, when I come out here it depends on what in the very back, one of the three big targets? No. Those are 300 yards away. So wish I could hit one of those targets. That'd be pretty freaking sweet. But with my current equipment, just no way I can do that. On course, Black Cloud, no. That particular video from a long time ago, there's just too many missing holes, too many, there's all sorts of stuff went wrong that day. So it was fun, but no. So I figured out that day that I cannot try to film myself, film Chase. Chase was also playing with one of Chase's friends from school's dads. So trying to pay attention to my playing partner, trying to film myself, trying to film Chase, trying to talk and communicate with caddies that don't speak English. It was just an ADHD clusterfuck, to say the least. So no, it was just all bad. So I tried to salvage as much as I could and put a video together, but just couldn't do it. Yeah, either that or what my actual plan is, Black Cloud, going forward for the time being, is actually to just go play myself and film my playing, and or have just Chase play and I film Chase, right? At least until I get more used to doing that on a regular basis, and then I'll be able to film myself, film Chase, but get more into a rhythm of being able to do stuff like that. Do I like cheeseburgers? Of course. Who doesn't like a good cheeseburger? If you're in America, it's all about Five Guys. People say In-N-Out, but I like Five Guys much better. But Chase is not with me tonight, unfortunately. But he shall be back next week. And then I do have a lot of cool stuff, other videos that I'm filming and editing and working on. And then hopefully next month, because I've been off for the last couple months due to a couple of things. One, I injured my right shoulder. That was my fault. Had nothing to do with golf. And then two, the air quality out here in Thailand, the air quality index was some days was in the 190s. 2 is considered like hazardous, like deathly hazardous. So just didn't want to bring Chase out into something like that. So now that rainy season is here, air quality's cleaned up immensely. It's a lot better now. Just a good time for us to get back out and start doing things. But a lot of cool stuff lined up. Just got to get to it now. Oh, the hell was that? There we go. Just got to pull my head out of my butt. If you guys are new to the stream, I use the single plane golf swing. I know the setup looks a little funky, a little different compared to the traditional golf swing. Been using it now for the last 7 months. It's improved me immensely. Still got a ways to go with it. I'm self-taught with it, but nevertheless, it's improved me greatly. Oh, I thought that was me for a second. But if you guys have questions, comments, put them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Here's a good one. I use the camera on the back side of my phone, so if you guys can't see the comments yet, but once every 5 balls, I'll come over, take a break, drink some water, rehydrate because it is hot as hell here in Thailand and humid. And yeah, if you guys are enjoying the stream, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button up at the top. If you want to continue following along with Chase and I's journey through the game of golf, see all the golf courses and driving ranges out here in Thailand, hit that subscribe button. We've already done those. Hit the little heart button down in the corner. There we go. Hybrid complete. Oh, what y'all saying back here? Oh yeah, Black Cloud 5 Guys is good, just crazy expensive. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, if you're gonna go out and get a hamburger, like I choose 5 Guys over In-N-Out. But I can't get either out here this way, but that's okay. Yeah, I do need to get new clubs. That's definitely going to come before the beginning of next year for sure. That's definitely on the ticket. And when I do get new clubs, I will be getting fit for them. I'm kind of debating on whether to get fit live in person or going through Graves Golf, which has already done a static online fitting for me, and going through them to have them make and fit the clubs and then just send them out here to Thailand to me. So a little debate on either way I'm going to do that. The cost is relatively the same either way. So just kind of see which direction we'll go from as time goes by. But definitely something I'm looking into. Because when I did test when I did do testing on the Cobras, the Strixons, and the Callaways, when they're out here at the driving range out this way, Cobras were by far the most forgiving. And the difference between the premium equipment and my beginner set from PGM is immense. It's night and freaking day. Like, for example, right on my driver here, if I was to hit the ball just on the inside of one of these inside lines, right on my driver's face, that's got a hard slice all day. On the Cobra, that would stay within 5 to 10 yards of target line, of your target line. Like, the premium equipment is much more forgiving. Now, you guys have seen me, some of you have seen me hit thousands and thousands of shots with these golf clubs, and they still look and are in really, really good condition. So, I mean, the build quality is amazing with this brand. Just this particular set is just not much forgiveness technology in them. You know what I mean? but it did make a couple of upgrades to them. One of them being my new grips, which I'm really enjoying, which are the Golf Pride MCC Plus 4s. Really enjoying this grip. But yeah, no, I really, really like this grip. So I am trying to make little upgrades where I can, but I also don't want to invest too much into these clubs as well. Down. But right now, probably my favorite club to hit in the bag is this 3-wood right here. Like if I need if there's going to be a club that it's going to give me confidence hitting it, I feel most confident with this club in my hand right now. And that's why, right there. Oh. But if you guys have any questions, comments, thank you all for hanging out with me. Put them down below. Once every 5 shots or so, I'll come back and hang out, answer questions, chill with you guys, get some water back in me. Pulled that one a little bit. But see, like right now, I feel really, really comfortable. Like I feel like my rhythm is really good with my woods and my driver. Where with my irons, I feel it's off just a little bit. Like not a whole lot, just a little bit. I don't feel the most comfortable with my irons right now. It's not like my irons are going super left or super right or anything. I'm just not feeling as comfortable swinging right now as my woods, you could say. But if y'all are enjoying the stream and you're new in here, I use the single plane golf swing. My name is John. I use the single plane golf swing. We've been using it now for 7 months. I know the setup looks a little funky, but it works real well. Oh, I skied that one. But if you're enjoying the stream, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button. Really helps out the stream itself. And then, of course, if you guys want to continue following along with Chase and I's journey through the game of golf and see all the cool golf courses and driving ranges out here in Thailand, hit that subscribe button. So if you've already done that, hit that little heart emoji button down at the bottom. This way YouTube knows that you guys are enjoying hanging out with me. Oh, I just pulled that one. Over rotated. There it is. Beautiful. Yeah, right now, 3-wood is definitely my favorite club in the bag. I want a gown. Messing with my chair? I don't know what you mean about messing with my chair. Oh, I know I'm fat, brother. Working on that though. No, my shirt just keeps riding up. Single? No, I'm married. Molly, you're good, thanks. Five Guys will make you look like this. Thailand and cheap food is what made me look like this. Oh. Michael, hi. What's up, Michael? Nope. I gained a ton of weight when I got to Thailand. So we came during the wonderful time of the vid. Got locked in a hotel for 2 weeks and just ballooned like a whale in the first few months here for a couple reasons. I have a mother-in-law that's an angel that feeds me way too freaking much. And food here is amazingly delicious and amazingly cheap. So that's the issue right there. But like I said, I'm working on it. You guys will see me shrink down quite a bit over the next couple months. But if you guys are hanging out, thanks for chilling with me. I really do appreciate it. Chase, unfortunately, is not here tonight. We'll be back next week. Count. I use the single plane swing if you're just joining. I've been using it now for 7 months. It's really improved me. Still got a ways to go with it. I'm self-taught with it. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know. More than happy to answer them. Main two focuses tonight are ball position and ground force work. Oh, that was horrible. See, that's what I like about the single plane swing, though. Even your bad swings aren't that bad of a miss. Oh. Guys, leave a comment. I'll promise I'll come answer them about once every 5 balls or so. I use the camera on the back side of my phone for 2 reasons. One, so you guys get a better picture quality, and 2, because when I use the camera on the front side of my phone, for whatever reason, YouTube mirrors the image. Oh, I skied that one. Just got way too underneath it. There we go. See, that's what I love about the single plane swing, though. You have a miss or a couple misses, just go right back to the beginning. You just fix your setup, hit all your checkpoints, swing fixed instantly. Oh. You guys left a lot of comments here. Okay, where are we here? Ignorant fools. No, it's cool, man. Wait the last minute to do something about it. I think you were talking about my weight there, weird. No, there's no last minute. I've got a long life ahead of me. Oops, bottle fell. Go pick that up here in a second. Game. How much is golf in Thailand? Randy, that kind of. Are you American or Canadian? American, brother. Um, America. Uh, no, that kind of depends. I mean, you can find golf as cheap as 800 baht for 9 holes for the green fee, cart, and caddy. So that translates out to 800, 900. That translates out to about 25 bucks. I mean, and then there's courses that are all the way up to, I mean, just like in America that are $100, $200 a round. So, but the big difference is compared to America to Thailand is it is mandatory to use a caddy in Thailand. So, which is not honestly is not that bad because caddy prices aren't that expensive compared to America. So, if not, I'm out. No, it's all about America, bro. But no, we moved out here because there's more family here in Thailand than there is in America. For us in America, there's only my mom and sister. Out here in Thailand, Chase has the opportunity to have grandma, grandpa, great grandmas on both sides of the family, aunts, uncles, cousins, just tons and tons of family. Also, on top of that, the early education system out here in Thailand is far better than what's in America right now. It's not even close. Um, so those kind of things. What is simple plane? No, single plane. Did I say simple plane? If I did, I'm an idiot. But no, single plane swing. Canada doesn't speak daddy next. Sure. Yeah, Black Cloud, I could do that for you. Let's see. There you go, Black. Uh, there you go, Black Cloud. My dad plays golf. That's cool. I'm Canadian. The single plane golf swing, I can't explain how it's done. I can kind of give you the basics. I mean, the best thing to do is he's right. Look up Mo Norman or Todd Graves. Todd Graves was Mo's, I guess you could say, understudy. Um, Mo being the greatest ball striker to ever live, and that's not even debatable. But um, but no, the basics of the single plane golf swing. The big difference is, I guess you could say, is one is starts with the grip, right? Your grip is going to go through your fingers, right, and then it's going to fall into the heel pad of the hand here. And then your thumb comes down on top. There's going to be a small gap here. You keep thumb pressure here, right, to help limit the range of motion. But the basic concept of the single plane swing is pretty simple. Unlike the traditional golf swing where you have two planes, right? Because your hands are underneath, you come up and then you have to change planes to get back to impact, right? So it's a two-plane swing, a plane at setup and then the plane at impact. What the single plane swing does is it eliminates that second plane. So you're setting up for you set up for impact at address, right? So for example here, right, all I'm basically doing at address, right? So I get my tilt, I address then grip. That's another thing as well. You address the club to the ball and then you grip, right? You have a full Arnold deviation in the wrist. This way it locks, I cannot talk right now. The humidity has just gotten to me. It maxes out the range of motion in the wrist, but you're basically, essentially what you're doing is you're setting up for impact at address. So your impact plane and your address plane is the same, right? So there's a lot more that goes into it, but I'd spend an hour to 2 hours breaking down every minute detail if I was to do that. Oh. But no, it has improved me immensely in the last 7 months compared to the traditional swing. I sucked with the conventional golf swing or modern day swing or whatever you want to call it. But no, Mo Norman is a legend. Todd Graves is the one who teaches it now in the Graves Golf Academy, but it's just not feasible for me to join the Single Plane Academy. So for the last seven months, I've been self-taught with this. And even my ADHD ass can figure it out. See? No, I sucked with the driver. This club was the whole reason I switched over to the single plane swing. I was getting so frustrated with my ability not to be able to hit the driver that I finally just got frustrated with all the stuff. Like every time like you go onto YouTube and you would see like, oh, use this tip, use this trick, use that. But anytime you start asking questions like, okay, well, how much am I supposed to rotate or how much, anything detailed about what they were trying to do, they couldn't give you the answer on it. And then I found Mo Norman and the single plane Todd Graves and the single plane swing, and all of a sudden I have my background in kinesiology, so Todd's talking about biomechanics and your tilt at address should be roughly 15 degrees. Like he was giving me hard answers that I was like, there it is. Well, there's the solution. So that, and this is just so much more simpler to be able to perform again and again and again consistently than the traditional golf swing, because you are setting up for impact at address and you are maxing out your range of motions at address and you are eliminating a lot of the potential variables that could happen during the golf swing at address. So that's why I enjoy the single plane swing. What up? Have I played in Vietnam? No. Actually never been to Vietnam. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with the single plane swing, guys, with Todd Graves, he gives you just enough of the basics of the swing to gotta get hooked on it, but not enough to be able to master it, right? and or you have to start really diving deep through 5 years worth of videos to find little individual pieces of what he's talking about, I would just recommend join the Single Plane Academy. It's not feasible for me to do that at this current time, but because of my background in kinesiology and that, and I have nothing better to do in the day than watch these videos. I've slowly but surely over the last 7 months figured out, I would say relatively about 85% of this swing and the minute details in it. I actually plan on putting a series together of my journey through about my journey through the single plane swing, and about everything I've learned along the way. That's going to be called Plain Truth here in the next few weeks. So I'm going to start filming that come Tuesday. I'm going to start filming that, and it'll kind of go from there. Like for example, right, a couple weeks or not this yesterday, but the week before, I did a live stream, and I was talking I just kind of threw a thing together about like the grip and kind of details of that. But I plan on going in detail in those particular videos from the ground up about the single plane swing and how to use it. So this way, if there's anybody out there as well like me, or it's just not feasible to join Todd's program or the Graves Golf Academy for whatever that reason may be, you guys can have a little bit more insight and detail on it, on how things work. And once again, I have not mastered this swing, but I've come a long, long way with it. Still have a ways to go, but we're getting there. That's for certain. One thing you guys will learn about me is I do not mind putting in the sweat equity. I just wish my equipment was more forgiving, right? Because like with this, for example, that last shot was literally probably in between these two lines right here, right? And it was probably like right there. And as you can see, it just tailed off to the end. Great quality build equipment, just no forgiveness to this equipment whatsoever. Like for example, if I was to hit that with the Cobra Dark Speed Adapt Max K, that would have stayed within 10 yards of target line easily. But that's the difference between where my whole set cost $500, right, with shipping, compared to a driver that costs $550 by itself. Lower my hands. Is it Fletchy? Fletchy, no. I use the single plane golf swing. If you're probably talking about the conventional swing, you would be 100% correct. I don't use the conventional swing. I use the single plane golf swing developed by Mo Norman, or as Todd likes to say, discovered by Mo Norman. But it's just a little bit of a different setup. And the reason why, I'll explain why my wrists are the way they are, right, for you. So the whole thing about the single plane swing is to set up all these range of motion limitations and max out the range of motion at address, right? So for like example, my wrists, as you're talking about, right? In the traditional swing, yes, you'd want them down here. But with the traditional swing, the problem is you have all these unnecessary motions you need to make. You're starting on one plane here and then coming up and having to change your plane to be able to make impact. Well, with the single plane swing, your impact plane and your starting plane are the same. That's why it's called single plane. Now my wrists, the reason I have my wrist like this is a maxed out range of motion for the human body at Arnold deviation, right? So what happens is, as long as I'm addressing the club face square at the beginning, this is why another thing, the difference between the single plane swing and the conventional swing or modern day swing is it's address, then grip, not grip, then address. So you address the club to the ball, right? You then take your grip. You have a maxed out range of motion here in your wrists. You actually, your thumb is even extremely important, making sure how your thumb pad is pressed down onto the club. You get your tilt, and your hand comes in, boom, right underneath. Now what happens is in your backswing, when you come back down, if you've maxed out and you've set up out of dress correctly, it is almost impossible not to square the club face up, right? Because you're coming back down at that maxed out range of motion. This is why you see Bryson DeChambeau do that. So, so just two different swing styles. Not saying neither one is bad, but this is just the one that works well for me. And in my brain, it's much easier. So, but he is right. For those of you that use the traditional swing, you do want to have your hands down. My 5-year-old son was here, Chase, who's actually the real star and stud of the show. I actually taught him the traditional swing. He's really good at it. And I'm not paying attention because I'm chit-chatting with you guys. But no, he uses the traditional swing, and I don't plan on changing him over, at least at this moment. The one thing he does struggle with the traditional swing is he has a habit that he does not want to move his feet. His feet still stay very stagnant through the swing. Even after he makes contact, he keeps his feet completely flat to the ground. He doesn't rotate. For the single plane swing, that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. Now, I struggle with keeping this back foot planted through contact. I always end up coming up on it, topping golf balls because of it. Right? So, just two different styles, two different swing thoughts. This is the one that works best for me. But yes, it does look funky. I skied that one. So, went from topping it to skying it. But it has made me more consistent the last 7 months than the traditional swing. Yeah, I mean, Bryson uses, so Bryson has taken the Mo Norman's version of the single plane swing and he's modified pieces of it for his particular game, but he pretty much does use the single plane golf swing. The snow Mexican. Oh. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. But I do appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. If you guys are enjoying the stream, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Really helps out the stream itself, lets YouTube know you guys are enjoying hanging out with me. If you've already done that, down at the bottom corner down there, you can hit that heart button down there. Heart emoji. Smash the crap out of that thing. If you guys want to continue following along with Chase and I's journey through the game of golf and see all the cool driving ranges and golf courses out here in Thailand, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, see, that was about as centered contact as I can get. And that's the thing with the single plane swing is it's made me, and I still have a ways to go, but it's definitely made my swing more repeatable, easily repeatable, and more consistent than what it was with the conventional golf swing. Still have a ways to go, but good to get there. But everybody that has supported us so far on the channel, it's been absolutely amazing. The love and support that Chase and I have received. He's not with me tonight. He'll be back next week for certain, for sure. He's the real star of the show. Skied it again. Just got a little bit underneath it. Just pulled that one a little bit. So I use the camera on the back side of my phone, guys. If you get this way, you guys get a better picture quality, and so camera's in the right orientation for whatever reason. When I use the camera on the front side of my phone right now, YouTube makes me look like I'm swinging left-handed. See, that's what's crazy right there. That was literally on the inside of that line right there. And off it went. That's why they start off straight, but just too much side spin. Just zero forgiveness with this set. Oh. Oh. See what you guys are saying. In Florida right now, Thailand, wow, love it. Yeah, no, Thailand's great. My wife is originally from Thailand. There's more family out here for us and Chase. That's why we're here compared to the States. States, there's only my mom and my sister. Out here in Thailand, there's grandma, grandpa, great grandmas on both sides of the family, aunts, uncles, cousins. So there's just more family out this way. And then the early education system in here in Thailand is far superior than what's in the States. So all those things kind of combined. Your weight is shifting onto your back foot. When? During my downswing or backswing? Fletchy. If it's during my downswing, then yeah, I'm still working on. That's actually one of the things I'm working on tonight, is getting more, is transitioning better onto my front foot. So that's something I'm actually currently working on. It's one of my focuses tonight. uh, the, you are right. I should be able to get out onto my front foot during my downswing. My back foot should absolutely not come off the ground as far as the single plane swing technique is concerned. Your back foot should be planted on the ground as you're making contact through the ball. Now, after release, yes, it can come up off the ground, but as far as the single plane swing technique is concerned, um, your back foot is supposed to stay planted. Oh yeah, Fletchy, the cost of living out here is now it's relative though, right? um, because the cost of living out here is, yes, a lot better than what the states are, but at the same time, incomes out here are lower than what's in the states too. So, but no, the cost of living out here is fantastic. Part of the reason why I'm fat right now is because food out this way is super cheap and super delicious. And golf was not my sport growing up. I was a wrestler, football, baseball, all those things. And let's just say I'm making up for all the times I couldn't eat from during wrestling. No, I'm working on my weight though. But no, weight shift though is actually one of the things I'm focused on tonight. Ball placement, and uh, ground forces and weight shift for the single plane swing. See? A little bit better. It also depends on how much my ADHD brain is focusing on what I'm doing or chit-chatting with you guys. Because I got to be entertaining. I'm alive. You know what I mean? Saturdays are normally my 5-year-old son would be here with us. Chase, he's really the star and stud of the show. And Saturday nights are really just for us to hang out and chill with you guys. But he is not here. So, no, but when I get too far underneath it in sky, yeah, it's because I've sat too far back on my leg. And the other thing is too is I've been trying to break this habit. I've had a bad tendency to straighten out this front leg during my downswing. But if you're new to the channel or new to the stream, my name is John. I use the single plane golf swing. Been using it now for 7 months. I'm self-taught with it. And it has massively improved me over the last 7 months. Ugh. Also, equipment's a huge thing too, guys. Like this driver, great quality build, great price for my equipment. I mean, these clubs have hit thousands and thousands of balls over the last 7 months, and they held together very, very well. But there's just zero forgiveness to these things. Like when I was testing the Cobras, just night and day difference. Goodbye. Just night and day difference in forgiveness, right? Like for example, if I was to catch a ball with this particular club, like on the inside corner of this line right here, it's going to slice. There's just nothing. It's just going to happen. But if I was to hit that same spot with the Cobra Dark Speed Adapt Max K, that sucker's staying within 8 to 10 yards of center. That is the most forgiving club I've tested this year. That and the amount of distance increased was roughly about 15 to 20 yards. Strixon was even further. Strixon's, my God, you're looking for distance out of a club, Strixon is the brand this year. Those suckers are flying off the face. Not as nearly as forgiving as the Cobras, but they're flying. A lot of power in Strixon this year. You like Bryson DeChambeau? Yeah, Bryson's amazing. Love that dude. So, but no, my clubs are the PGM YB5. They're a beginner set from PGM. If you don't know PGM, PGM is kind of like the tailor-made, I guess you could say, of China. I got this driver, 3-wood, 4 hybrid, 5 through pitching wedge, a 56, my putter, and this super nice scan bag, right? Everything you see here was less than $500 with shipping. Like a single premium driver right now costs more than my entire setup. So, what does that say? Black Cloud. I haven't tested the Mizuno this year. For me personally, when I tested the Strixon irons, I personally didn't like them. They're a little clicky, in my opinion. Right? Little clicky, soft, but there's just this very clicky sound to them that when I hit them, I just didn't like the sound off the face. Where with the Cobras were crunchy. They're a bit more crunchy. And then I'm forgetting the Cobras, blah, 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 blah. Forgetting the name of their irons right now. Their top iron. Their muscleback, or blade, or whatever you want to call it. Not King Tech. I'm forgetting the name of it, but that thing hitting that was like butter. God, the Cobra irons were like butter. Those were my favorite, but no, people seem to love the Strixon. Yeah, secondhand's great. Me personally, I'm a little weird when it comes to my clubs and stuff. Just I would rather in my equipment. I just don't know how people take care of things, so I have a hard time buying secondhand. I'd rather buy brand new. Although, if there is a driver that's out there, I would love to get my hands on and test. That would be secondhand. It would be the Cobra. Oh God, it's a few years old. But people call it the Holy Grail Club. It was just before the Dark Speed series came out, I think, or maybe one step before that. Why am I not remembering the name of that club right now? It's kind of driving me nuts. But it was the most forgiving club they've ever made, besides this year's, well, even compared to this year's Adapt lineup. Why am I forgetting the name of that club right now? Cobra T something. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Help me out. Put it down in the chat. Oh, see, I just got way underneath that. TLR? TLX? I don't know. See, I overcompensated there. Went from hitting it off damn near the crown of the club to hitting it off the bottom of the face. Ooh. Both went straight though. But no, I'd love to get some premium equipment. But by next year will be the year I do that. See? That was a great strike. But right there, that's where I connected with that ball. Yeah, if you guys are looking for I've tested this year, I've tested Cobra, Srixon, Callaway, and TaylorMade. Cobra, as far as the drivers are concerned, are easily the most forgiving this year. Srixon is going the farthest, and Callaway and TaylorMade are kind of in between. I haven't been able to find Titleist, and when I was out here at this specific range, actually, when Ping was here, I asked him if I can test the clubs and film it, right? And they told me no. So, fuck Ping. Asshole. Not bad. Just left the face open a tiny bit on that one. Off the faces. Yeah, I just didn't like that click sound. They felt great. Just didn't like the clicky sound. But if you could get by that, I mean, everybody's loving them right now. Everybody's giving Srixon a lot of love right now, and they deserve it. QI10 is the best. Haven't hit that before. Why is it dark? Because I'm in Thailand. Black 32 baseball. Thailand, brother. Aerojet? No, I think it's not the Aerojet. Hold on. Maybe I can find it real quick. Cobra. Cobra. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Cobra driver. LTDX. There it is. This is supposedly this lineup. I'll ah. So this right here, according to a bunch of computer testing and things of that I saw, is the most forgiving driver probably to ever be created. So I would love to be able to get my hands on one of those and build it out for myself. I've actually contemplated about doing that and replacing my current driver in the bag. Maybe in a couple months I'll do that, but at the same time, my goal is by the beginning of the year is just to buy a whole set of clubs. You know what I mean? And have everything custom fit and all that. So it's like, okay, do I really want to go out and spend money on a club that I may only be using for a few months? So, don't know. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, do me a huge favor. If you're new in here, hit that thumbs up button up at top. Really helps out the stream itself, lets YouTube know you guys are enjoying hanging out with me. If you've already done so, hit the little emoji button down at the bottom. If you want to continue following along with Chase and I's journey through the game of golf and see all the cool golf courses and driving ranges out here in Thailand, hit that subscribe button. But I use a single plane golf swing, been using it now for the last 7 months. It's improved me immensely since that time. Main focus tonight, since I'm out here practicing, is ball position and ground forces and weight shift. But when I get it right, it goes. Oh. You know, my favorite clubs I tested so far this year were, like, if I was to pick out a bag and a brand, it would be Cobra. Cobra was, those clubs were amazing. Boy. See, I always start off too far behind the ball. See, it just didn't get out onto that front foot there. See? They start straight. I catch it just slightly on the inside of the face. And they go bye-bye. Like that exact shot with the Cobra Dark Speed, that would have been within 15 yards of target line. But it is what it is. That was the biggest eye opener. Whew, I pulled the hell out of that one. That was the biggest eye opener when testing the equipment. Was the difference between a premium clubs and a beginner set. All right, what are y'all saying back here? Thoughts on the TaylorMade white R11? Never used it, so. Jay, never used it, so I couldn't tell you. It definitely worked for you. When will I play on course? Next month. Next month I plan on doing a course vlog. Hopefully I can find a time to get Chase to do a course vlog as well. Once again, next month the big thing is to be able to, I'm gonna do is just go out by myself, film myself when playing, and then do another one where it's just Chase and filming just Chase playing. So this way I'm not running around like an ADHD chicken with my head cut off. R11 is forgiving, but it has a tendency to spin a lot on lower strikes. Finds a lot of fairways. That's great. That was the thing with the LTDX is the spin rate stayed very down, but it was a super forgiving club. So that's one of the reasons why I'd love to be able to test that club out. That'd probably be the only used club I would want to buy. I'm just weird about buying used stuff. I just don't know how it was maintained or taken care of, so I'd rather just buy new. Where is he at nighttime? JB, I am in Thailand, brother. Handicap, don't know. Daniel, handicap's going to be figured out at the end by the end of the year. That's going to be my goal. Is I want to be able to get not just a handicap, a standard handicap, but also be able to get I want to be able to go get a certified handicap. So by the end of the year, that's the goal, is to know exactly where I stand and how low I can get that handicap. Smoked. See, look at that. That started off so well. See, that's the thing where that's where I'm like, okay, maybe I should go get an LTDX for a while, because when you go play a round of golf, you're probably going to hit your driver 14 times, right, out of 18 holes, or at least you would want to. And if you're going to hit your driver 14 times out of 18 holes, I mean, it needs to be something you're super confident with. It's not that I'm not confident hitting this club or swinging this club. It's just that, like, that was a great strike right there. It was just like the most smallest of margins off the center of the face, and it just curved right. See, starts dead straight. And I promise you guys, I absolutely promise, I made connection right about there. Right? Just is what it is. So I think I am at the point where I do need to upgrade my equipment, but all in due time. That is about as straight as I can hit a ball. Just pulled it. Full swing. Put a little bit more effort, mustard behind this one. That's the other thing I think with this particular club is anytime I start swinging at about 60%, right, it starts going sideways on it. As you can see, I put about 80, 90% of my swing into that one. Better results. Does that happen with you guys? When you guys are just kind of practicing, excuse my French, dicking around a little bit, just swinging nice and simple and easy at 60%, things just start curving. So, I don't know. Yeah, Thailand. Do you know about Graves Golf? Yes. Yes, I follow Todd. I listen and watch every video and probably have seen every single one of his videos over the last 5 years of stuff of him posting on YouTube. That's all I do is watch his videos. But I would love to be able to join the Single Plane Academy. It's just currently not feasible for me to do right now, being in Thailand, scheduling, things of that nature. Costs a little bit too. So there's those things, just not currently feasible, but something I do want to do. But having my background in kinesiology and the fact that I love putting in sweat equity, I love the challenge of being able to figure this stuff out on my own. But no, I would love to be able to do like Single Plane 30 Academy and all that other good stuff. Try keeping your right thumb pointed. What are you trying to say here? Keep Bahal. Advice over the internet. Daniel, as long as you're talking about the Single Plane golf swing, it's not something I've heard Todd say. The right hand is really just supposed to kind of be along for the ride. Interesting. Though, if you're talking about the Single Plane golf swing, it's something I don't mind looking into. But if it's about the conventional swing, it's not really going to help me out, but great advice for others. Lower power, no thanks. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably really true. Now I think about it, yeah, you're probably right. You're better than me at golf? You probably are, brother. Golf is not my sport growing up. I was a wrestler, football, baseball, things of that nature, but I guarantee you, I'll whoop your ass in wrestling. I'm not talking about that stupid WWE stuff either. I'm talking about Olympic wrestling. In fact, I guarantee it. So, no, golf was my son's sport, Chase. He's the whole reason the channel is called Chasing Golf. I just pulled it. He's the whole reason the channel is called Chasing Golf. And because my 5-year-old son is obsessed with golf, I've become obsessed with golf. And really, the channel started out because he wanted to participate in the Little Linkster Swing Contest, and I was just kind of standing there pointing an iPhone at him. In our first month, we went from 0 to 50 subscribers. I'm like, well, if people really want to see this much, let me put some effort into the channel. And since last September to now, this is how far the channel has grown, all thanks to you guys. It's been amazing. So, but Saturday night is our live stream night. We're always going to do live streams on Saturday nights. And to hang out with you guys and chill. And Chase is not with me tonight. He'll be back next Saturday, though. But he's the real star and stud of the show, not me. So I'm still trying to figure all this crap out. But I started using the single plane golf swing 7 months ago, and it's improved me immensely in that time. But I still got a ways to go with it. The one positive thing, though, about using, like, I guess let's just call it basic equipment compared to the premium brands, is that you can't cheat with it, right? If you hit just slightly off center, like as you guys can see, like it's good a slice, right? Or it's good a hook. Like there's no line with this type of equipment. Where with the Cobra Dark Speed Adapt, I can hit that sucker dang near the bottom of the hill and it'll correct itself. That Max K is insane how forgiving that club is. I'm putting a little bit more effort behind these. This is my last tray of 40 in these balls, just because it's the end of the night. But the other thing is too, is about a month ago, or a month and a half ago, I hurt my right shoulder. Had nothing related to do to golf. I haven't really tried testing swinging at the higher level until just now. But see, this is my 80% swing, or I guess you could say my standard swing that I'm swinging at now, compared to what I was doing a little bit earlier, which was 60%. Yeah, see, I just held back a little bit on that one. When I mean held back, right, I don't mean I held back power on that one. I went like this instead of getting out, this front knee straightened. But let's see what y'all are chit-chatting about. Woo, lots of chat. How much are tee times over here in Thailand? Depends on the course. I found a golf course where 9 holes of golf, right? Because it's a 9-hole course. 9 holes of golf. So your tee, your cart, and your caddy is 800 Thai baht. So no, it's 500 Thai baht, and then I always tip 300 baht. So that's 800 baht for the round, including caddy, cart, and tip, and your 9-hole fee. So what? That's 25 bucks, right? But then there's also places here where there's one that's about 15 miles away from me here. I forget the name of that place. It's the super, super high-end country club, and it's like 4,500 baht a round or something like that. And on top of that, it's private. So it's like, even if you want it, you can't just walk in and pay. Like as a guest of a member, it's still 4,500 baht. And that doesn't include the caddy. That doesn't include the cart. That doesn't include the tip for the caddy. So, I mean, it varies. But most of the courses like this one that's right next door to me, this range, connected to this range, the Air Force, this is the, I'm going to try and say it in Thai, Dupatani driving range and golf course, also known as the Royal Thai Air Force golf course and driving range. Um, 9 holes of golf here, or 18 holes. What was it? 18 holes after 3 p.m. Cart caddy, and your green fee was 1,200 baht, which is like 40 bucks, right? So not bad. And this is a really nice course. So hopefully this is the course that I plan on doing a course vlog on next month. So this will be the first. This course will probably be, it'll either be this one or the 9-hole course that I was telling you about that's ultra cheap. It'll be one of these two that I do my course vlog on next month that I plan on putting out. So be one of those two. This one's much nicer than the super cheap one. Super cheap one's not bad, but it's, you'll see. Liverpool high. Better than you go. We already saw that. Right hand on the single plane golf swing is non-rotational. Todd talks about this. So unlike the conventional swing, you are right. When it comes to the conventional swing, yes, the right hand is for pivoting, but the right hand for the single plane golf swing is non-rotational. So it's pretty much just along for the ride, and kind of to, I guess you could add a little bit of power, smack that ass. So, but no, Todd talks about that quite a bit, how your right hand or rear hand is non-rotational on the single plane golf swing. That was hot garbage. Ugh. Just had the face open on that one. Ugh. Hi, just joined. What up? Oh, you guys are way down here. Thailand, yes. So, but if you guys are enjoying the stream, enjoying hanging out with me, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if you're enjoying the stream, hit that thumbs up button up at the top. If you want to continue following along Chase and I's journey through the game of golf, hit that subscribe button. Ooh, didn't like my back, how my back foot felt there. Whoo, got underneath that one. Oh. But no, I use a single plane golf swing. If you're new to the channel, I've been using it now for 7 months. It's improved me greatly. Still got a ways to go. I'm self-taught with it. But it's a hell of a lot better than what it was with the traditional swing. That's for certain. Yeah, one of the things. Oh. See? Oh. Get good equipment, guys. Once you start to get consistent, upgrade your equipment. I'm at that point where I get frustrated where I know that's a decent strike, and just because it's just the tiniest bit in the heel, that sucker goes right. See? Look at that. Starts off perfectly straight. Just too much side spin on it. And that's all because connection was right here. Yeah. Is what it is. I don't think I'm coming over the top. I think it's just because I use the single plane golf swing. A lot of people aren't used to seeing the. I'll check it. Maybe I am. But with the single plane golf swing, you stay on one plane, right? So you don't have that drop motion that you see with a conventional swing. So that has a lot to do with it too. Because when I was hitting a couple months ago when I was testing the Cobras, every freaking driver, the dark speed adapts, man. They're so forgiving. That was just, face was left open. No, those drivers are just amazing. But like, for example, once again, a single dark speed adapt costs more than my entire freaking set right now. So, yeah, Todd talks about the grip for the single plane swing. Well, first and foremost, it's a dress thin grip, but when speaking just about the grip, right, it goes through your fingers and the back of the club rests on the heel pad. Take your thumb, you press it against the top of the club. Here, there's going to be a little gap right here. And the main reason for pressing your thumb down and not just gripping around it is because it acts as a biomechanical brake, so you can't overly bend your wrist. Like if I was to take it and just wrap it around, too much flex. So, but no, you are right. It should be the primary pressure for the grip should be more in just these fingers right here. Oh no, that was garbage. Woo. Nope. See, I straightened my front leg on that one. 4 more, and I'll come see what you guys are chit-chatting about. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button. Really helps out the stream itself. And of course, if you want to continue following on Chase and I's journey through the game of golf, although Chase is not here tonight, and see all the cool golf courses and driving ranges out here in Thailand, hit that subscribe button. The support that we have received over the last few months has been absolutely amazing. So, but next week, Chase will be back with me. He's the real star and stud of the show, guys. I don't think I can hit a ball better than that. Oh. This glove I am using is just soaked with sweat. Goodbye. One more. Come chit chat with y'all. Got to kind of hurry too. The range is technically closed. Oh no, I caught that off the toe. Ooh. One in the middle. Shutting down. Interesting, Paul. Something I'll have to look into. Pretty straight. Oh yeah, was it Waved Games? Yeah, no, it's also the part of it too is this is the PGM YB5. It's a beginner set from PGM. When I was testing the Cobra Dark Speed Adapt or the Callaway Elite or even the Strixons this year, this driver, this so much more forgiving. Like if I catch a ball just slightly on the heel of this club, like even just like right there, just a couple millimeters over from center, it's gone, right? For example, right? Oh, this driver, 3-wood, 4 hybrid, 5 through pitching wedge, 56 putter, and this bag that you see, right? With shipping, all this cost me $500, right? Less than $500. Where with just the Cobra Dark Speed Adapt Max K, sucker's $550. Now, when I was testing that, it didn't matter how bad I hit that freaking club. Everything was within 10 to 15 yards of center. So I do understand that part of this, yes, I still have a ways to go on my swing and technique and everything else like that. But part of this is equipment too. So that was one thing when I tested all the different clubs that really opened my eyes is equipment makes a huge deal. Like I'll admit to you guys, I don't care. I'll admit to you guys when I hit one bad, right? But when I know I hit one well and to see it just curve off, especially when it's starting dead straight and goes dead straight for about 200 yards and then starts the curve after that, it's friggin' equipment at that point. That and also range balls, but whatever. That I just got way underneath. Skyball. God, man, that's probably 200 feet in the air. But no, I don't mind having a little baby fade. In fact, when I was hitting all the different clubs, That's what it was. Every single shot was just this tiny baby fade. I loved it. Except for when I was testing any of the draw drivers, like the Cobra Dark Speed Adapt Max D, Max Draw. Holy shit, that thing did nothing but go left. Every single freaking time that club went way left. It's one of the clubs that had the most distance for me, but it's also one of the clubs that had, damn. It's also one of the clubs that had, that went the furthest left constantly. But I mean, what do you expect? It's max draw, right? Okay. Who was it that told me about the hands with the pinky and the forefinger? Who was it? I just tried the last three right there. The last three shots I did right there were all focusing on my index finger. Paul, 100% correct, Paul. Thank you very much. Yeah. Paul, I don't know if you know how much you know about the single plane golf swing, but the right hand is supposed to be non-rotational. It's supposed to be pretty much just along for the ride. But no, I'm switching up my grip pressure a little bit more to the front side of my hand. And that seems to have triggered something. Yeah, see? That is what I'm talking about right there. It starts off straight, great shot, great contact. I like the way that feels. It kind of feels like I'm more pitching like this. I like that, so I'm going to implement that. But that literally, I contacted that right there, right? In between these two lines, right, probably about a millimeter in from those lines, right there is where I hit that ball. High, straight, starts off straight, but then curves off at the end. There's just no, I truly understand how that, like, how important equipment is. Woo! Get some foot powder spray, yeah. No, it's amazing, like the equipment, the difference between a beginner set of equipment and this. Just the level of forgiveness between premium and this stuff. Because when I was using the doesn't matter if it was the Cobra, the Callaway, the Cobra was the most forgiving and had the tightest dispersion. Then Callaway, then Strixon. TaylorMade was probably better than Strixon too, but no, with Cobra, the Dark Speed Adapt Max K, that sucker was within 10 yards, 10, 12 yards of center every single time. I was trying to, there's a few shots I was trying to hit that club bad and it just wouldn't do it. See, now I'm just getting way underneath them. There it is. Yep, I like it. So I'm going to stick with that little grip pressure change. Now it's everything I've kind of, with these last few swings, I'm just trying to really focus on everything that I put together tonight. Just pulled it too much. Well, I don't think I can hit one straighter than that. Oh. Well, that was the last ball. So let's see what you guys are chit-chatting about. Do the caddies drag John? No, I throw a frisbee with my right hand. So, Paul, thanks for the grip tip. That's a nice little change. Going to be implementing that for certain. Because I like the way that feels. Oh, so definitely going to be implementing that into my swing, being self-taught. So that's a nice little change, right? I don't think that's going to take me too long to get used to. And then I think everything else I worked on tonight went decently well. It's nice hanging out with you guys. Really enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed the content, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button up at top. Be back next Saturday around the same time. Chase will be with me next time. Chase is my 5-year-old son. He's the real star and star of the show and why the channel is called Chasing Golf. And then, of course, so he'll be back next week. He's better than I am. So, so channel's got the name Chasing Golf for several reasons. One, it's my son. Two, it's a dad joke. Three, we are really trying to grow and get better at the game of golf. And four, I'm trying to catch him. So, but I'll see you guys next time. Enjoyed hanging out with y'all. I'll kind of leave it on if you guys want to, as I'm cleaning up, if you guys want to ask any more questions or anything like that, feel free to put them down. I'll see them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. All right, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll see you next time. Black Cloud, I may go live again either Tuesday or Thursday, but it'll be more in the morning time. It may not be for very long though, because I'm trying to use Tuesdays and Thursdays as for filming long form content. And then if there's anything left, I'll just do that. You will improve no end. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, no, the one thing about me is I don't mind putting in sweat equity. I love to work out hard. Good luck. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I love putting in the hard work, guys. And sweat equity. That's the one thing about me. I may not be able to join Todd Gray is in the Single Plane Academy right now and all that other good stuff. But I don't mind putting in the hard work. So that is for sure. Get everything kind of situated here. Do. Let's see. I tried playing golf. I was bad at it, but hope you enjoy it. And Johnny, yeah, no, Johnny. Golf was not my sport growing up. I've come to become absolutely obsessed with it. It's actually my soon-to-be 5-year-old son's sport, Chase. He's, for his age, absolutely phenomenal at it. He's obsessed. He loves it. Just not with me tonight, but if you jump into the stream next week or watch any of the other content like our shorts or whatnot, you'll see him on there. Kid's pretty dang talented, that's for sure. How many more trays am I hitting? None. I'd love to hit more trays, but unfortunately the range is closed. They're probably getting ready to turn off the lights here any second. But Chase and I will definitely be back on next Saturday. We are always going to do these live streams every Saturday, guys. It is our opportunity to kind of hang out and chill with you guys, and give back to everybody that has supported us so far on the channel by subscribing, liking, doing all that other good stuff. It's our way of being able to do that with you guys. So it's something we plan on always doing. We did take a couple months off for several reasons. One, the AIQ score here out this way was really bad for a couple months. And I just didn't want Chase in that environment. I didn't mind putting myself in that environment. But about a month and a half ago, I hurt my right shoulder doing something stupid. And it took about 4 weeks for me to get it back right. So that's kind of what happened with that, but not that big of a deal at the end of the day. It's just a little minor thing. But no, every Saturday we're going to do this as long as it is feasible and healthy to do so. Oh yeah, John. No, he loves golf. Yeah, golf is his sport. It's not mine. I grew up wrestling, football, baseball, all the high contact sports. You know what I mean? Golf was more of a hobby for me. Since he's absolutely obsessed with it, and because he's obsessed, I've now become obsessed, and it's just kind of snowballed from there. And the channel really got started because he wanted to participate in Little Linkster Swing Contest, and within the first month, to be able to participate in the contest, you have to submit your videos online through YouTube. And just by pointing a phone at him, we went from 0 to 50 subscribers in our first month. I said, well, let me put in some effort into this, and the channel has grown to where it is today because of you guys. So it's not an opportunity I plan on passing up, and we're going to continue our journey and continue working hard and be able to show this cool opportunity of being somebody that's from America, to be able to show you guys all the driving ranges and golf courses in Thailand, because it's a really unique opportunity, and blessed to have it. And yeah, just gonna grow the channel from there, keep going, keep pushing. So, but all right, at this point, guys, I've cleaned everything else up. I just got to clean you guys up now and get on out of here. So that's what I'm gonna do. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys next time. You guys are weird. Love you guys. I'm out.